From an attention-seeking fan dragging Taylor Swift through legal issues to Steve Aoki settling a major lawsuit out of court, there are times when celebrities get sued by their own fans. While some claims might be legitimate, most edge on crazy. And Taylor Swift sure knows what that feels like. Russell Godfrey Greer was apparently in love with the country pop singer and decided to grab her attention by doing the most bizarre thing. He filed a lawsuit against her for rejecting his love song, I Get You, Taylor Swift. Turns out he wrote it for her himself, and the singer's song served as inspiration for the lyrics because it had obvious references to some of her famous songs. It went like this: can't imagine being 15 waiting for Romeo on that white horse. He sent the song to her agency in 2015, and surprise, surprise, they didn't approve of it, and it never made it to the love story singer. As is the case with most stalkers in love, his feelings not being acknowledged riled him up so much, he decided to sue her for $7,000, saying that she caused him grief and neglected her duty. Wow. The reason he felt that this was Taylor's responsibility to accept the song is because sometimes celebrities do accept gifts from fans. In his mind, she was also crazy in love with him, and he had imagined hundreds of scenarios in which the singer was supposed to jump with joy on receiving his song. So the lawsuit seemed to be a tactic to get her to notice him. Needless to say, it was dismissed when Swift's lawyer appealed to the court to close the case. The lawyer had written in the appeal that the singer and her family thought that Russell's pursuit was unnecessarily invasive and troubling, because get this, he'd tried to establish contact with her family as well by mailing them letters and gifts and asking them to forward the song to her. This infuriated him, and he started a hate campaign against Swift. He posted on his Facebook account how he felt that she had stabbed him in his heart and spat on his face, and it didn't stop at that. Once again, he sued the pop star for $50 million. He even wrote a book about it, Why I Sued Taylor Swift. Guess all that fame ain't that fun after all. Another incident that was just as weird happened at Justin Bieber's concert. A fan sued the Canadian singer for damaging her hearing forever. During the peak of Teen Idol's success in 2010, Stacey Betts decided to attend the concert with her daughter. Justin's reveal to the audience was him sitting in a large metal heart suspended in the air while being moved above the crowd, and when he proceeded to point to different sections of fans from up above, it sent everyone into a frenzy, causing them to express their excitement through a roar. Well, all this screaming seemed to have created a wave of sound, according to Stacey, and it resulted in creating a sound blast with the help of the metal gondola on which Justin was sitting. What? All the noise made by screaming girls, amplified by science, ended up injuring both her ears for good. She claimed to have developed tinnitus along with other hearing problems. It's an issue that causes a ringing or buzzing sound to be produced from inside the body, and one of the causes behind it is exposure to loud noise. Because of this, she filed a lawsuit against not only Justin, but his record label as well, along with the arena in which the concert took place, claiming that they owed her $9.23 million for her suffering and drop in quality of life. But it seemed like she couldn't find anyone to take up the case, and in 2013, she decided to let it go. While there are some crazy fans out there, they aren't always in the wrong. Sometimes because of unfortunate experiences, celebrities are made liable. The famous American DJ Skrillex had to pay $3.4 million to a fan during his concerts. All the fans care about is dancing to the beat. The dim lighting, with a disco ambiance and crazy crowd, can result in quite a few incidents, if you aren't too careful. And that's exactly what happened at one of his concerts. The DJ decided to do some crowd surfing. He leaped from the stage and bam, landed directly on a fan. Jennifer Fraisel was severely injured in the incident, and because of this, she also had a stroke just 2 weeks later. The lawyers tried to push the case off by saying that there was no proof on video that he fell on her, but the court dismissed their claim and ordered a payout of $4.5 million from Skrillex, his company, and those who owned the grounds on which the concert took place. The American released a statement later, saying that even though he was upset over the court's decision, he was happy that all of it ended. He also said that the well-being of his fans is super important to him at his concerts, and that this was the only sad incident he's had with a fan. There's another celeb you'll be surprised to see on the list, but he caused some serious damage. Lil Wayne's fan was hit in the head with a skateboard. The super tattooed rap artist was all the rage back in the day, and a fan, Alfred Marino, wanted to take a picture of him when he randomly saw the rapper outside a shop in LA. But he was told to put his cell phone away and to not click any pictures by the artist's bodyguard. When Marino didn't stop, he started using vile language with him. Foolishly, he still tried to secretly take a photo, and when he was caught in the act, he claimed that the bodyguard threatened him and then hit him in the head, leaving him bluish and with a concussion. Marino sued Lil Wayne for the injury, saying that the rap artist enabled his attacker. He claimed to have even developed vertigo after this incident, which led to him taking time off from work as well. If there was ever any trial, or if anything was given as payment to the fan, there's no record of it. Honestly, it was a very disturbing incident. But what's crazy is that even the Queen isn't safe from being dragged legally, since Beyoncé was sued for discriminating against visually impaired fans. Well, this is a new one. Mary Connor, a blind fan, went on the singer's website in 2019 and realized that she wasn't able to get all the information from it or even buy any of the merchandise. So she sued Queen Bee, asking her to make the website more inclusive and also to pay for the unfairness towards her and people like her. Wow! Turns out the Americans with Disabilities Act requires website images to have alt text coded so that the screen reader can speak out the text for blind people, helping them visualize it in their minds. Mary's lawyer, Dan Shaked, claimed in the lawsuit that his client had been dreaming of going to the singer's concert for a long time, and this obstacle made her miss out on getting a ticket. He also said that music is one of the very few things that blind people can enjoy as much as those who can see. The Guardian reached out to Beyoncé for comments but received none. In fact, no one knows what went down afterward. Here's hoping they did update the website, because it wasn't a completely absurd claim. You might think these cases are totally rare, but Steve Aoki was also sued for $10 million. Yeah, that's a huge amount of money. In 2013, he had a concert in San Diego and decided to crowd surf like Skrillex. Clearly, they need to stop this since it isn't benefiting anyone. And just like what happened at the other performance, Steve ended up injuring a fan, except that it was much worse. He broke a fan's neck since he'd thrown out an inflatable boat in the crowd before he jumped. And it seems for Brittany Hickman, it was a pretty unlucky day. But it could have been worse because according to the BBC, if she'd been hit by the boat from a different angle, she would have been paralyzed for life. The singer didn't pay her the amount he was sued for, as they seem to have agreed outside of court, and the actual payout was never revealed. If anything, this just goes to show that being a celebrity, you always have to be careful since anyone might decide to get up one day and file a lawsuit against you. It happens more often than you'd think. Sometimes there are valid reasons that can range from their employees suing them for salary disputes. Kim was recently sued for not paying her staff proper wages or even giving them time off. At other times, there are cases like Skrillex and Steve Aoki, which are physically threatening. Celebrities have even been sued for copyright issues with song lyrics or tunes, like how Ed Sheeran won a lawsuit against Marvin Gaye, who claimed that he'd copied his tune for thinking out loud. While some photographers have also sued the stars for posting their pictures because they were taken by them and they consider it their property. I mean, they sued Gigi Hadid for not crediting pictures that she posted of herself on Instagram. So, from Steve Aoki settling a major lawsuit out of court to Taylor Swift getting dragged through legal woes by an attention-seeking fan, that's all I've got for times celebs got sued by their own fans.